Booga. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of BUNGEE. This is where we give you updates not only in Kenya, but across the globe as well. As we begin, I'd like us to take a look at this particular video.
Repeat after me, please. I,
Rigathi Gachagua,
do swear that I will
always
truly and diligently serve the people and the Republic of Kenya in the office of Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya
that I will diligently
serve the people,
discharge my duties and perform my functions in the said office
May I request that we take it again, please?
to the best of my judgment.
I'm sorry, let's take it again.
Okay, so that's a flashback of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua actually being sworn in after the 2022 presidential elections, or rather the general elections. So there's this particular term unatumia unasemanga power is transit. I mean, most of the time nakuwa na discussion na wewe usually remind our audience that power is transit. What do you mean by the word power is transit? Nataka utuchambulie vizuri.
Yeah,
Mr. Anonymous.
So by the term power is transit,
okay,
I always mean that power is something that is always moving from time to time. Something that is continuous.
Okay.
But unless you are operating under a monarchy,
okay,
and also even under a monarchy, power is also transit, because there will be one king
and
to another king,
exactly,
to a queen or any other person. So power is always transit.
Okay.
Power is transit, power is an illusion, and power is temporary.
Moto sana.
You see? Yeah. So
even in states that are usually regarded as dynasties, you still you still say that power is usually temporary to them.
Temporary and transit, because you will hold that office to a certain point.
Standard.
Either you will have to hand over because you are dead,
okay,
or because you want to hand over to the next person. Yeah. So power is always transit. So when you are in a position as a leader,
okay,
you must know that that position you are just holding in trust of other people.
Okay, sawa. So talking about the fall of the mountain, that is mtu wa mulima, that is Rigathi himself. Yeah, the truthful man. So kuna quite a number of events zimekuwa happen since impeachment motion yake ikuwe table kwa parliament, ikapitisha na a larger percentage ya parliamentarians, then ikapelekwa to the next stage, that's the Senate. So there are quite a number of videos nataka to play, then as we preview them to discuss about them thereafter. So as we begin, let's take a look at this.
I read the Bible a lot to myself, but never in this kind of occasion. And this is the book of Exodus 22, verse 22 and 23. Ye shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child, and my wrath shall wax hot, and I will kill you with the sword, and your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless. From the Living Bible version, it reads as follows. The language is a little bit more palatable. You must not oppress, or you must not exploit widows or orphans. If you do so in any way, and they cry to me for my help, I shall surely give it, and my anger shall flame out against you, and I will kill you with enemy armies, so that your wives will be widows and your children fatherless. This is the Lord of the Old Testament.
Okay, so that is Senior Counsel James Orengo, who actually decided to quote the book of Exodus 22:22-24. And he said, and I quote, "Ye shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child, and my wrath shall wax hot, and I will kill you with the sword, and your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless." So in this context, kuna wase wengi alikuwa anasema Orengo most likely alikuwa na refer to Rigathi. After Rigathi alikelewa stories za kuwa behind acquisition of the properties of the late brother, that is Rigathi Gachagua, who was the former governor of Nyeri County, sindio? Wanasema most of the properties alikuwa through criminal activities, and most of the people wanasema hata pia kulikuwa na speculations wanasema Rigathi Gachagua is actually the man behind the death of his brother Rigathi Gachagua, unaona? So Orengo after amekotio kitu, wase wengi alikuwa anasema most likely alikuwa na refer to Rigathi Gachagua, and that now that Rigathi Gachagua ameanza ku experience hizi setbacks kwa maisha yake, it's I think it's what you call the hand of God, an experience what you call the hand of God, unaona? Yeah, it's like he's paying the price, the ultimate price for doing criminal activities for him to be able to get the possessions zilikuwa za bro wake, yet watoto wa bro wake wanasema they're languishing they're going through hard times instead of enjoying whatever was written in the will, unaona? Then apart from that, I'd also like us to take a look at this.
Clerk, just a minute. I realize what you're reading is fairly long. His Excellency the Deputy President, if you you may sit, and when taking the plea, you may stand.
No, Mr. Speaker, let me stand.
You may proceed, Clerk.
I repeat, consequently, His Excellency Rigathi.
Okay, so that is Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, who actually made a bold statement by opting to stand while taking his plea during the impeachment proceedings. Umeona kwa Senate hapo, the Speaker of the Senate, huyo ni Kingi, yeah? Alikuwa anataka kwamba Rigathi akae ndio at least akuwa anasikia vitu wanaenda kumsomea, but the Deputy President boldly said that is actually going to remain standing as anasikia vile the proceedings of Senate zitakuwa zinafanyika. Then apart from that, let's also take a look at this.
It may be getting hotter, but look at the document, compose yourself, and read. How many shares does Keith Ekinu Rigathi hold according to your own document?
They are not indicated.
How many shares does Kevin Gachagua Rigathi hold according to your own exhibit?
They are not indicated.
Okay, so that is Advocate Elisha Ongoya telling the MP of the MP Mwengi Mutuse of Kibwezi West. It may be getting hotter, but look at the document, compose yourself, and read. You get? So Elisha Ongoya is, I think, is among the best advocates for now, because the kind of the way ameji present pale kwa Senate akijaribu ku defend Gachagua's side, I think ni kitu and stand up as a very, very brilliant individual. I think somebody was some sort of content in the realm of law, sindio? But on the other side pia Mwengi Mutuse as a member of parliament na mtu mwenye anasema amefanya law pia amejichomea, unaona? As a lawyer, we never expected a person like that is Mutuse kujiconduct in such a way that kuonesha tu like ana any clue hata ana njia kujitetea, unaona? Inamaanisha alikuwa na table 2 motion yake tu hivyo akifikiria itapitishwa because ilipita kwa parliament, now the Senate is not kupita tu as a walk in the park, but it's so unfortunate for him. He had a very, very difficult time. Then apart from that, let's take a look at this.
That I've been able to contact the doctors at Karen Hospital. There are a number of doctors, a team of doctors who are looking after the Deputy President. Because of his condition, I was not able to directly talk to him on the advice of his doctors. He said he must have complete rest for the time being. I was, however, informed by his doctors that he is currently suffering intense chest pains. I did not want to inquire beyond that, Mheshimiwa Speaker.
So that is also Deputy Rigathi Gachagua, lead counsel, that Paul Gachagua's lead counsel, Paul Mwite, saying that the deputy president was suffering intense chest pain, and at the moment hangeweza kufanya nini kuendelea kufuatilia the proceedings zilikuwa za concern the impeachment motion that zilikuwa set against him, naona. So alikuwa anasema Gachagua alikuwa experience severe chest pains and he was hospitalized at Karen Hospital, unaona. And he was walikuwa actually wana appeal that the proceedings iko nini postponed, unaona, paka time atahildo kukuwa na further hearing, but it's so unfortunate haikufanyika. Then let's also take a look at this. Okay, that is former Bahati MP Kimani Ngunjiri breaking down at Karen Hospital. So kumekuwa na story mob. Wase wanasema Gachagua amekuwa ni deputy president wa country na ako close to the president, unaona. Being the deputy, unaona feel prezo ilikuwa poa sana akifanya nini? Akimpatia at least some ample time, at least apone ndio wafanye nini? Wakuwe able kuendelea na hizo hearings zake za impeachment wapi? Kwa Senate. We get Mr. Anonymous kwa Senate. But kulikuwa na wase wengi sana walikuwa wanaona the president did a very very wrong thing. Among the people walikuwa wanasema hivyo is the former secretary general of UDA, that's the ruling party, Cleophas Malala. Let's take a look at what Cleophas Malala had to say.
I don't want you to refer to the Constitution. I want you to refer to your heart. Have you become this heartless, Mr. President? Have you become this heartless to a sense that your deputy president is sick, but you're still fighting him down? Mr. President, we helped you, we fought for you to become president. We never knew that you'll become this man who does not care about his friends. You had the opportunity to even talk to the Senate because they have up to Saturday. But you decided to fight a sick person. You decided you'll be the last person who will kill the aspirations of our deputy president. We want to tell you, we leave you to God.
Okay, so that is Cleophas Malala, and I quote, alikuwa anasema, have you become this heartless, Mr. President? Unaona? Because alikuwa ana deliver a strong message kwa Ruto akisema akiwapo nje ya Karen Hospital usiku, pia kwenda kutembelea Rigathi because they were very very close with the Rigathi Gachagua. So alikuwa na feel ni kama president pia mwenyewe angetumia tu akili yake aseme umse ni mgonjwa, even though labda kuna vilianza kwa amefanya mistakes hapa na pale, walikuwa on case of gross misconduct and something and so many other things, but ikifika point yenye umekona mwenzako till imefika point amekuwa hospitalized due to pressure and experience, ni poa as a human being ukwe na ile utu, unaona. At least upatie mse some breathing space, a heal, then you get back to him. But hii vitu I think zimekasirisha wase wengi sana. Then there is another guy who actually was so pissed off with the president akisema wamekona mse wao, that is the truthful man Rigathi mswa mlima, and the only thing the president sayanza afanya hata sifikirie kurudi kwa Kikuyu. Ameassure the president that in 2027 they're not actually going to vote for him, and he should try and choose a different running mate. Either he choose Farouk or I choose this guy called Engineer Oscar Sudi. You get? Let's take a look at that video.
Tumekasirika sana kwa wabunge kwenda kuimpeach Rigathi Gachagua pale. Mimi kama mbunge wako sijakutuma uende kuimpeach mtu. Hakuna kazi umenifanyia. Alafu unaenda kuimpeach Gachagua. Wewe Mr. President, tunakuheshimu sana, lakini sasa umekuja sana. Hiyo kiti ya deputy president hatuitaki tena. Kama Rigathi anaenda nyumbani, usiturudishie sisi kama watu wa Mount Kenya. Pea Oscar Sudi, Kamket, na kama uko na related family ama Farouk Kibeti akuwe deputy president. Hata na mchio vizuri sana. Na Mount Kenya hatukuhitaji tena. Ama bibi yako. Tumalize na
Okay, so based on the information nimekupatia yote and the flow of events vile zimekuwa zikifanyika. So what's your take on the flow of events and in on your side kiwewe? Unaona what is going to happen now that already Senate ishapitisha history ya
see what is going to happen. Our country is experiencing something that has not been experienced since the birth of this country at independence. The only time this thing was experienced some time back is when one of our founding fathers, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, resigned from government, from Jomo Kenyatta's government, when he felt that it was no longer tenable for him to work together with Jomo Kenyatta. But right now, we have a deputy president who has already been impeached by Senate, being impeached on very ridiculous issues. As much as impeachment is a political process, but somebody holding an office with the stature of a deputy president, I believe that we're supposed to hold such kind of proceedings for impeachment of that person with so much high regard. Because this is a person who has been elected by millions of Kenyans. In a way that, God forbid, if anything happens to the president, he is supposed to take over. Not for 90 days. He takes over completely until the end of that term.
Till the election date.
So, impeachment, to something
so to you, impeachment is a very serious thing to you.
I fear that, I was thinking that this thing might be a kipindi or something, but the way it seems, vile wameka Kindiki pale, vile mimi naona, kama atakuwa fully impeached, hivyo vile mambo mabaki hivyo na court, iseme vile imesema na bado wa proceed kusign Kindiki na mambo irudi back to normal. I'm afraid that in 2027 we are going to have one of the most competitive and most unseen elections in this country.
In the history of Kenya.
Because there will be so much tribal cards being played, there will be so much anger in that election. It's just going to be, I don't know what is going to happen in this country. I just pray that God gives us guidance as a country, gives us wisdom. And all these leaders who seem not to use brains in their head, to just be, to get a visit from the Holy Spirit. In short.
Let's talk about the story of Orengo, who actually quoted the book of Exodus 22-24. Temalikuwa na refer, Temalikuwa anasema hiyo story ya ye shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child, and my wrath shall wax hot and will kill you with the sword, and your wives shall be widows and your children fatherless. Do you think in that context alikuwa na refer to the deputy president?
Of course he was referring to the deputy president, but I don't think he was referring to the properties of his brother. My thinking is that he was referring to the way Rigathi Gachagua has been said to be undermining the president. And by undermining the president, His Excellency William Ruto, William Ruto has now removed the sword and is killing Rigathi Gachagua's political career. And Rigathi Gachagua is going to be killed, and his political career is going to be killed, and those who are his followers are going to remain fatherless. Those who are bunge, those followers wake ambao wananchi watakuwa fatherless. That's how I interpret that thing. Because no maana unaona impeachment, hakuna grounds za maana za impeach, but because ni kama amekuwa antagonize the president, wanaisukuma moto aende, they want nothing to do with him. Yes, let's talk about dispensable or disposable.
Let's also talk about Rigathi's illness na history yake kusimama kwa Senate, unaona. So most of the people wanasema kulikuwa na history yenye Rigathi alikuwa amekataa kukaa chini kwa Senate akisikia proceedings za Senate regarding his impeachment. Wanasema most likely alikuja experience high blood pressure, unaona. So alikuwa hospitalized. Do you think ilikuwa tu kipindi au it was a tactic that the deputy president actually applied to ensure that he also secures sympathy?
Those don't know what they are saying. Rigathi Gachagua was saying that no, I'm not going to kneel down and you kill me.
That was
I'm going to die on my feet like a soldier, kama warrior.
Instead of living
like a warrior.
Instead of living on his knees.
I'm not going to die on my knees. I'm going to die on my feet like a warrior.
Sawa.
Mtu wa mlima huyo ni njamba. So kama njamba, watu walima njamba, mtu wa mlima strong man. I'm going to die on my feet looking at you in the eyes.
Sawa.
You're not going to slaughter me and massacre me on my knees, no. I'd rather die on my feet.
Then we also talk about the reactions of the former Secretary General huyo Cleophas Malala. Unaona Cleophas Malala huyo former Bahati MP that's Kimani Ngunjiri, unaona. And the other guy mwenye alikuwa anasema anaongelea about Kina Kasudi ku replace Kina Rigathi hataki nani kupatia vote zao nani tena Ruto. So do you think kuna possibility ya kuform a different coalition yenye itakuwa na very
of course
stronger wave
of course
compared to the ruling party that is UDA?
Now whether it will be stronger than the UDA or whatever is neither here nor there. But fact of the matter is that in 2027 His Excellency William Samoei Ruto will go against so many serious forces in this country. One of them being the common mwananchi wenyewe. Common mwananchi amechoka na maisha.
Now what about the vote from the mountain?
Number two, watu wa mlima, most of them right now they feel they have been betrayed. Wachana na kina Kindiki wanapewa viti, they'll be Kindiki wanatoka kabila gani hiyo? They're just a handful. Unaona? Kwa mlima huko ni wachache.
Wako dominant.
They're not dominant Kikuyus. The dominant Kikuyus wako kule kwingine, the Merus, the whatever, unaona? Huyu ni Munithi. Watu just kidogo tu. Just a handful,
I
don't think he will bring so much impact. What I'm seeing, I'm seeing the mountain, because they have been antagonized with a group of other youthful leaders. Watu kama kina Morara Kebas, watu kama watu wengine hawa, watu kama wakina Natembea, watu kama kina Eugene Wamalwa, kina Kalonzo Musyoka, wakishikana wa form a movement that is going to go against William Ruto.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, they will give William Ruto a run for his money.
Sawa.
Atakimbizwa hivi. Wana hivi. Hivi. Kimbia kwa mteremko na unakimbia mpaka mguu zina pata. Atapelekwa mbio.
Unataka kuteguka sasa. Atatolewa teke.
Wakijipanga vizuri, watamwangaisha.
Okay. Sawa. So okay, hiyo story umeongelea, kuna also kuna sentiments pia tumepata, rather opinions so are different. Kuna wanafanya analysis ya vitu zinaendelea, unaona? Talk of kina Haman Manyora, unaona? Na pia kuna let's take a look.
It's a good day. I must admit that we have one of the most brave politicians of our lifetime. The deputy president is a brave man. No wonder the guy scaled the heights. He's brave. He's very brave. And in fact, I'm told one of the reasons why the president chose him, settled with him as the deputy president, is because he knew he's a guy who could stick his neck out for him during the campaigns. He could fight his battles even without him. So we have a very brave deputy president. Look at even the fact that he's decided that he's going to take the Senate, he's going to take the National Assembly, he's going to take Butuse head on. And just this morning when I woke up, I was not planning to do a video today. So there was a letter that was circulating yesterday, so I marked it as fake, of the resignation of the deputy president, because I didn't believe that is a form of resignation that he would have done. Then someone tells me, Ken, this letter could be fake, but in principle, it's true that the deputy president, in fact, wanted to resign. So I get curious and ask, so what happened? Why didn't he resign? Because guys have told me time and again that I was wrong, that he was supposed to resign and I didn't resign. I told you, it's his choice. And I'll explain by the end of this video. You'll understand the political genius in the deputy president. By the end of this video, you'll understand why he didn't resign. I spoke to a lot of lawyers and they told me the only way the deputy president is salvaging his political career is by resigning. Man, this guy had thought ahead. And I'll tell you, and no one, trust me, no one has thought about this. I thought about it this morning. So he tells me, no. He wanted to resign. In fact, he wanted to resign before he appeared before the Senate, and he had drafted the letter. Then someone was told, go pick the letter from the deputy president. So between the place this guy was living and the Senate, the people from the deputy president's office refused to pick his letter, to pick his phone call. So the letter was not delivered. Well, I don't know the truth, but I hear he did not, or his team did not pick the phone call, so they did not hand over the resignation letter. So he's in the Senate. Forget about that. That is something that someone randomly, I was having a conversation with them. And me, I'm doing my own political analysis, because that is what I've been doing for 16 years. You do yours. I maintain you do yours. If mine is not correct, you do yours that is correct. So let me tell you why I think this guy is a political genius. So he decided to play to the gallery. And it's going to go on until the evening. But he's still going to be impeached. I don't see the reason, and I'll tell you why he's still going to be impeached. And 1 or 2, 3 charges that are going to fly. And I think maximum would be 4. I'll be telling you about them. I've written them somewhere. So let me tell you the political genius of the deputy president. So what's going to happen is this process is going to go to the end. Then the deputy president is going to go to court. Then he's going to tell the court that he has been humiliated, all these bad things have happened to him, but he does not want to be brought back to the office. His intention of going to the court at the final end of this process will not to tell the court that he wants to be the deputy president. In fact, he'll say he's been humiliated and all these things have happened in our presence. We've seen them. I mean, they're not clean things. They're not good things to be that dirty linen to be washed in public the way it's been washed. It's not clean. But here is it. He's genius. By telling the court that he is going to play in their hands. And what is the court going to do? Sympathize with him. Well, this guy just wants this issue of impeachment to be expunged. I think it's Article 75(3) or something. Because I think it's 75, if I'm wrong, 75, somewhere there. These things are many. So he's going to tell the court, please, I don't want to go back to the office. These guys have done ABC, they've done ABC. All I want is for you to clear my name. And because he has no pending criminal case, the court are going to clear him from this impeachment. Meaning, he will run. He's going to go back to his base, energize it, get a political party, is going to compete William Ruto in 2027. Mark my words. This will take time to be confirmed like these other ones you're confirming, because you're even going to confirm there's going to be impeached. And I want to tell you the reason it's going to be impeached. But have you seen the political genius in the deputy president? He let this fly. Yende. He's impeached. Then he's going to go to court. But his purpose will not be to contest the position of deputy president. There's no way they can work with William Ruto. Yeah, Kuna. There's no way they'll work with William Ruto. So he's going to say all these things, but because he has no political, he has no criminal case like Mike Sonko, who's a very good friend of mine, or Babayao, the court will discharge him from this impeachment. Then he can run now. That is my word for today, because I know that is not going to happen. Let's see if it plays out the way I have told you. That's the political genius of this guy.
Okay, so that is a KTN news reporter Ken Mijungu explaining why Rigathi Gachagua didn't resign. Hashtag the political genius behind Gachagua. Most of the people walikuwa nafikiria Rigathi Gachagua time ataenda ku a few hours before aende kwa Senate wali expect kuona gazette notice kuonesha Rigathi Gachagua mfano nini ameresign, unaona? Hata kuna politicians kama PK Salasia walikuwa able kupost gazette notice on Instagram, on various social media platforms. Sijui zilikuwa regarded as fake, but wanasema Rigathi Gachagua alikuwa ameplan ku resign, unaona? Ndio at least atoke akiwa sawa, ndio able to bid for the presidential position come 2027, unaona? Ndio hapo atakuwa na makosa yote. But it's so it's so unfortunate Rigathi Gachagua alienda beyond expectations za wananchi wengi, unaona? So he had to face the Senate head on, unaona? Now anataka kufanya nini? Anataka kwenda kotini, unaona? So anataka koti afanye nini? Anataka koti ibai sympathy yake so that they also free him, ndio able to run for this particular position in 2027, because kumbuka pia Gachagua anataka hii kesi yake ikiisha isionekane ni kama alipull out atiogopa. Anataka ile tu mpaka mwisho yaone koti ilimclear na ako fit to run for the presidential position.
Resignation is an admission of being guilty.
Okay.
So there is no way Rigathi Gachagua is going to admit that he's guilty.
So you're supposed to go hard.
Aende koti mclear, koti kisha mclear.
Anaingia uwanja,
my friend, akamwambia mlima itashikana hivi. Tena kina Kindiki hao unasema mlima itashikana hivi. Alafu apate natembea huku na yuji na wale napata na Kalonzo.
Kwisha.
Hiyo imeisha na Matiang'i atokeleze huko.
But you also need to keep in mind.
Ama apate mtu kama Matiang'i kama deputy wake.
Kwisha. Na but unajua pia at the moment pia Raila amekuja side ya Ruto. So wasa wengi na feel ni kama wataenda kwa namba bado mtu contender matakuwa ana compete na nini Ruto come 2027, because Raila Odinga at the moment so unajua kuna ma CS kama kina Joho sahi CS of mining and blue economy wame consolidate votes za cost already, umeshazileta wapi kwa gava, unaona? On the other side kina huyu nani anaitwaje kina Mbadi, unaona? CS of treasury pia ndio watu wa Kisumu wameleta pia watu hapo, kina Oparanya CS of cooperatives wametoa watu kwa Oluya huko wameleta kwa serikali. So do you think it's going to be difficult to actually counter hii nini ya Ruto, hii wave ya Ruto hii in 2027?
It is not difficult, it's very easy.
It's very easy.
Reason being all the conducive in this country are for him to go home. Yeah. All the environment, the environmental factors and the political environment are for him to conducive for him to go home.
Okay.
Yeah. So it just requires a lot of organization and mobilization. Ndio maana mimi nasema how I wish Gachagua Rigathi ndio anajaribu lakini how I wish mtu kama Muhoho Kenyatta Muhoho Kenyatta angesimama na aseme ninaendea hii kitu. Muhoho Kenyatta anasimama.
But that one might work against Muhoho because so wataona ni sasa imekuwa nini ya familia sasa.
Right, si ya familia.
Kenyatta.
Hakuna shida. Right now the mountain is not happy.
People are angry.
They will rally behind anyone they see, and at the moment right now that person is Rigathi. Ndio nasema sasa kama kumekuwa mtu kama Muhoho Kenyatta kama kuna ile force anakuja na jina ya familia na pesa to the wealth
and everything,
kama ni pesa ako nayo,
the thing that it requires
ako na international network sana. Hii ni sio Mkenya, ako entrench himself in those who control the globalists, the one who control the world order. Inakuwa rahisi, but let us be hopeful that 2027 mambo iko tu shwari, kusikuwa na mvurugano kwa nchi.
But lakini
to say opposition wakitaka hata wasione Ruto is not weak. He's not weak.
Nafikiria
ako weak. wakitaka kung'ang'ana kwa put up a serious fight, they must ensure that they mobilize and organize themselves well. And it should not be about who is going to be the president. It should be about a movement. They will decide who is going to be on the ballot as their presidential candidate at the tail end of almost kama wanakaribia kura. Ndio wanasema tumekaa chini tumeamua
ni huyu.
Moshi imetoka moshi nyeupe ni Kalonzo. Kama ni Rigathi deputy Eugene Malala hivyo.
Simple hivyo. Na amua apige kura kama block story. Sawa, thank you very much for that kind of remarks umenipatia hapa, and we hope to get more, or rather hear more from you. We call that the end of today's episode. Still next time. Yes.